Hello and welcome to DerekWeaver.com. In this video we'll be covering the installation of the PL240 Assist Arm. Before the installation begins, it would be a good idea to familiarize yourself with the individual components of the PL240. This is the base of the PL240 and the collar. This is the swing arm, cylinder extension, accessory mount, upper and lower roller arms. And these are your centering cones and your hardware. The first step of the installation is the correct positioning of the base. The base would be positioned like this and held in place by 4 18mm bolts. Make sure that the welded tabs are facing to the rear. Do not tighten anything yet. Leave everything hand tight. For the next step of the installation, we want to make sure that the base is still loose. We'll tighten it in the end when we do the finishing, when we center the swing arm. But for now, the next step is to put the collar in place, and it has a little notch. This notch is going to go upward, and this tab is going to go between the welded tabs. And this bolt is going to go all the way through with a washer, lock washer, and nut on the back side. Before putting the swing arm in place, we recommend that you bolt the control unit in place. And next, temporarily install the cylinder extension rod. The next step is to set the swing arm onto the base. After the swing arm's in position, put the keeper washer and bolt in the top. And also the arm stop bolt will go in position here. We'll be using air for the rest of the install, so we'll go ahead and hook it up here at the regulator. Bring the line down from the PL240. Release the air line from the regulator by pressing up on the blue collar. Put the T in place with the short line supplied. After hooking up our air, we need to hook up our control valve for our cylinder. The longer top air line goes to the bottom fitting here on the control. And the short one goes to the top fitting. And all you have to do for these quick release fittings is just push the hose in and then give it a little tug. You should be good. And then verify that your control valve works in the right direction. If you get these reversed, then the control valve will be working the opposite way. You also want to check the unlock button for the swing arm. That's what this button does, and it allows the swing arm to move out of the way. There's an air actuator right here. When you press the button, it releases that air actuator. The next step is to center the cylinder of the PL240 with the center of the turn plate. And that's done by using one of the longer accessories, clip it in place, and bring it down. Now, you'll use the slotted screws on the base to bring this into position, and then slowly tighten up the bolts. Once you have the 4 bolts tight that hold the base from sliding forward and rearward, you can use this tab bolt in the back to slowly help center the cone with the center of the turn plate. Once you have it in place, tighten the nut. Once you've adjusted and tightened these bolts and this bolt to fine-tune your center, you want to tighten this bolt down against the flat edge of the collar, and then also tighten this bolt to help hold the collar in place. Once we've centered the cylinder, the next step would be to remove the accessory, and then you might want to prop this cylinder up a little bit while you remove this extension. In the final step, you're going to mount the extension back in the cylinder. You're going to have to relieve the tension on this pin and put it here, and this may require 2 people to install. The final step is to mount your accessory bracket here on the back, and you use the 2 bolts that hold the quick exhaust valve inside to mount it. And I suggest you take one loose and put it through one hole on the bracket so that your valve doesn't fall out inside. Then take the second one loose. That concludes the installation for the PL240. And as always, thank you for using Derek Weaver Company for all your automotive equipment needs.